Hello, everyone, and welcome to NJCALIGARDENER and Family. I am NJCALIGARDENER. Today, I want to discuss how to prune your deciduous fruit trees, which is your stone fruit and some subtropical fruit trees. When purchasing your fruit tree for the very first time, it is very important that you actually prune your central leader. This stone fruit tree here in front of you is our center of the plum, and when we first got it, we never actually pruned the central leader. What we're doing right now is looking at our observing our fruit tree, looking for any inward branching, cross branching, and inward branching that may cause fungal and bacterial disease. It's very vital that you pay attention to your trees, especially when it's in its dormant stage in the fall, winter months. It is okay to tip prune and prune your deciduous trees throughout the year. However, you will only want to tip prune if there is fruit on your tree. What we're doing here today is actually pruning and tip pruning our fruit tree. So as you look, we do see a cross branch that we may have to take off, and also remove the suckers. Another point I would like to make is you want to be able to reach your fruit at arm's length. So it's very important to measure out your arm and see how far you can grab. One thing I do want to mention is that if that branch is bending, that means that branch is weak. Primarily, if it's a new branch and it's bending and it's long, you want to go ahead and prune it back at least a few inches. Don't get rid of the whole branch, especially as an outward branch facing outward and not inward. Always remove, again, the inward branches, the cross branches, the inward branches, because you want your fruit to face out, your branches face outward, so that way no disease or fungus will come onto your tree. Remember this, to remove when you first purchase your first fruit tree, it's gonna feel painful, but to remove the central leader, as you, ladies and gentlemen, know that we did not do that. Also, remember to remove any suckers. Usually, that sucker will take up all the nutrients from your tree, right? Which is like a water, is to take up all the water basically. You want to remove everything that is a sucker that's facing uh, upward, and you can tell the difference between a sucker and a branch as time goes on. But if you need help, make sure you do a lot of research first before you prune your deciduous tree, especially your stone fruit. It's very vital that you remove the central leader, which are deciduous trees such as your stone fruit, which is peaches, nectar plums, nectarines, plums, cherries, almonds, those type of trees, nut trees, because they need the proper light and proper air for that tree to develop its fruit and sugar content, okay, when you water and etc. So please take a look as I do this and watch how easy it is to prune your deciduous fruit. what you just saw was me actually prune a lot of branches off. Usually in the summer for me, I like to tip prune, which is basically taking one little branch or a little piece of it off at the end. Like that's tip pruning. However, because we're going to remove the central leader, which we're supposed to do when we first get the tree, so that it can get more sun, we went ahead and removed those branches that you see cut. All right. One thing you want to make sure as I'm doing this, I'm observing the tree, just to make sure where do I want my branches to actually, basically, let's back a little bit here, basically line outwards too. You don't want any branches, basically like this. Let me show you again for the second time. Move over here. You don't want your branches to be like this. Right? You don't want them to cross connect like this. You want them to be, this branch to be removed, this branch to stay. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to remove this branch. Okay, and what I'm going to do at an angle here, or listen to me. Or we could keep this one and let it be. Which one we want to do? We'll get rid of this one. Because as you can see, this branch here is going to hit this branch up here. So we do have to get rid of this one. And as we go, at a 45-degree angle, as close at the bark as you can, and it's gone. That's it. All right. And as we move along, you want to make sure that you get every little piece. I will show you the finished results at the end. Here is the end result of the center of the plum, and you want to make sure again that you always look and observe your fruit trees to see how to prune them the right way. If anything is touching each other, you want to remove it. Okay, always remove the inner layer, the inner branch. If the branch is facing outward like this, then again you will want to leave it unless it's touching a branch that is facing upward. Okay, now let's take a look at our flavor grenade. We're gonna do the same thing to our flavor grenade. Usually I do a tip prune, okay? I'm gonna come down here, trigger quick, and we're gonna cut, because this is new growth right here. Matter of fact, I got a good idea. But this is new growth right here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna come right here, right there, okay? And you want to tip prune just to make sure, again, that you cutting any weak branches. You want to tip prune basically for the weight of the next year's fruit. All right, because see how this is bending down? We're gonna leave it right now, but I just want to show you how this is leading downward. Okay. If the tree was facing like this, upward like this, and you want to face it more downward, you could take a water bottle, a small water bottle with water, and tie it to a string and weigh it down, or get a string and connect it to another stake or a pole or a gate, whatever you can, and tie it to that gate or pole or stake and let it be. All right. Now you see how this is facing upward. We don't want any upward branches. This is like a sucker. Right in here. These are like suckers right here. So we're gonna remove both of them. And we're gonna come in close. And right into that branch here. Remove. And I could have went down a little bit further down, but that's okay. As you can see, right there. We're gonna get it later. But the same thing for this branch. These are suckers. And we'll do that later on, okay? But I just want to show you, we'll fix it later on, but I just want to show you how to cut it. You want to cut it all the way down. If you get in between this right here, cut it all off, okay? And make sure you always clean your pruners, well, rubber alcohol, or clean it with alcohol wipe, okay? And again, you want to make sure, always look at each branch and make sure where you want to cut, because you don't want anything, again, to be facing inward. You want everything to face outward, all right? So we're going to continue to do this, but I'm glad you guys had the opportunity to see how to tip prune and prune, because I did both, to tip prune and prune your fruit trees, okay? And I'm removing most of this because I don't want anything so high that I cannot reach, all right? At least I want arm's length, all right? Arm length, okay? So, for me, I'm gonna come all the way down, right here. That's down, okay? And the same thing would be for that one, this one, and this one. So, I hope this has helped you guys. And until next time, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the like button and please subscribe to our channel. And we will see you all in the next one. Peace.